In a world with entirely too many shows about cars, this is another pointless automotive podcast.
I mute my telephone here. My telephone. That's the first time I called it a telephone in a long time.
Oh, a telephone?
Telegraph machine from the future. Welcome back to another Pointless Automotive podcast starring Frank and Chadwick. The first talk was Frank. Here's a...
Somebody named Miller Lite. Oh boy. Only the finest around these parts. We traffic in trash quality vehicles and beers.
Yeah.
We do.
The complimentary, right?
Yes, you can't have one without the
Other.
other.
If you guys are following for the sake of continuity, because that's what we care about. Look at my microphone, it's like doing its own thing.
Oh boy.
These mic stands, I'll tell you
Speaking
what.
of trash quality.
So, if you're following along at home, this is the first episode of the almighty year 2023.
It is. It's a brave new world I think we've sauntered into. What do you think?
I don't know if it's brave. Maybe. We have to be brave, I think.
Do we have any other choice?
No, we're always brave.
There we go. Brave by default.
We're brave in the fucking cars we purchase, that's for sure.
Yeah, well,
Facts.
you know.
So we want to kick this off with a forecast of the upcoming year as best we can, and we can't worth a damn, so why not try?
And good news though.
Uh-oh.
Who do we have here riding shotgun?
8 ball for
Yo,
life, dude.
magic 8 ball.
2022, that thing was 100% accurate on everything we asked it.
I think some of it has to play out.
You can't fact check the 8 ball either. It's off the.
You need
it's
a
off the
second
list.
8 ball to fact check the 8 ball. It's the only way to do it.
How about 2 hookers in an 8 ball?
That would also work. Yeah, exactly. I just imagine like a mildly frustrated prostitute sitting on the edge of a bed, like shaking this plastic magic 8 ball, and be like, "You really paying me to do this? Like, shut up! Shake the ball!"
I can't read this. There's too much math in my system. We can't even read it when we're half sober. So
Is that an intro?
I think it is.
Okay.
It's not about on par for what we do. But yeah, 2023 forecast. So I think we did this at the beginning of last year. I can't remember our exact format, but we're going to cover things that we have coming up that we're looking forward to, automotive related mostly, I guess.
I guess that would be on brand.
Bro, I wanted to start it off.
Bro.
Projects we're looking forward to working on. Because I don't know about you, Frank, but I have a few projects kicking around I'm pretty pumped about. But how about you tell me, what do you have sitting around the homestead that needs to get a good work on this year?
Well, the stuff I have primarily at the house right now, in project mode, is going to get probably mostly fixed up to move.
Okay.
And by that I mean like not drive, I mean like go to find a new home. So the 924 turbo is getting close.
Okay.
It's really just some suspension stuff and a spit shine, and then maybe see if I can get it to cold start a little easier.
Ooh.
And then it's probably really it. I know friend of the show, previous guest, the guy who knows things, Michael Deeb, voiced some interest to me about that vehicle. So maybe I can, I don't know. As much as I have fun, like running stuff on Bring Trailer, Cars and Bids, etc., it would make my life easier if I could like a Deepster, like buy this thing and
a more personal transaction too.
So there's that. So that's interesting.
Cool.
Second, and then also the 41 Chevy truck, which doesn't really need a whole lot other than I think someone's cycling the gas out of it.
Oh.
So I gotta put a little bit of fuel in the tank.
You've had that for a little bit, right?
I got that as a wedding gift, so that would have been 2009. Now it hasn't been running for the vast majority of that. It's been running for probably 4 years.
Okay.
4 years, 5 years, but it just never gets used. It needs a dozen miles a year.
These are long-term projects you're trying to close out this upcoming year, my friend.
Yeah, because for 2 things. A, I can use the money. B, I can use the space because in shedding some of these projects, I gain the opportunity to bring in new projects.
That's not how it's supposed to work, man.
Well, it's a revolving door. So if I can move those two, what I did get for that to make the truck part a little bit more of a project is, I don't know if I've talked about it on here. I threw a quick little dollar store quality video of it on my YouTube, but it's I picked up a 1980 Honda Passport.
Okay.
Which is a little 70cc centrifugal clutch 3-speed manual little like city bike.
Cool bike.
A Honda Cub. It's known worldwide. The most sold vehicle of any kind globally in the history of human beings.
That's wild.
And so, but it's like a light to medium blue color, as is my truck. So I got it. I got a good deal on it. I got some work in it, fixing it up. I'm in it probably $1,200 for this bike. I'm going to affix it to the bed, the flatbed, and it's going to be a pair. I'm going to run it as a pair.
That's super cool.
Probably not. It's at 41, so I'll probably run it, bring a trailer, maybe Hemmings, but probably bring a trailer, and it'll get a whole bunch of extra eyeballs.
Yeah, cool combo.
I'm looking to do that in this upcoming year. The only other last one to touch on that is, within the next few weeks, officially, my Barracuda will be getting painted.
Okay, so that's the longest of the long-term projects, right?
It's the original project.
The original.
Yeah, because it's my first car. So
the 2023 is a bold year for you, my friend.
It is. So and that's just in current projects, not even yet to be realized projects, things I've yet to bring to the homestead. So
sure.
That one, like I ordered all this paint materials have shipped and gone to my painter's location. So it was a whole almost $1,800 in paint material.
Sounds about right.
For complete to do it right. And so
dude,
I'm pretty jazzed on that. And then again, there's going to be other stuff that's yet to be determined. We'll get into that later. But what about you? What are you going to be cranking your crank on?
Yeah, well, cranking is the word. 300ZX twin turbo right behind us.
You mean the red one behind us?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Look at the work getting done on it.
Is that a not so subtle hint that people should also be watching along at home when they have the opportunity?
Oh yeah. I put one video out so far in that build series, and
So we got this red thing behind us.
Yeah, if you want to know more about it, it still needs a little bit of work. We got new. I'm redoing the factory wheels because I'm a big fan of bringing everything back to stock.
Yeah.
Really grippy tires. Just did brakes and tie rods and that stupid kind of stuff you have to do with age. That still is a pain in the butt to do, but you got to do it. And it's gonna be a cool car. Like, I'm super pumped. I've had it for a little while. I think I got it. I don't even know if it's been a year or 2 years I've had it. This just happens, man.
Yep.
You just amass these projects and you never get to them. So he's on the radar for 2023 for sure. Probably earlier than later.
It's a he. It's not a she.
We're gender fluid in this garage, my friend.
Sure. Okay.
Very
That's
progressive
fair.
here.
That's fair.
No, it's whatever it wants to do.
It's a they. Yeah.
But it's got a nice dick. So Chevy S10 Blazer.
Yes. Okay.
2023 coming
Where
up.
did that come from? But no, that's cool. That should be fun.
Super pumped. That one's going to be a big one. We got to source that transmission, do clutch, flywheel, all that kind of stuff.
Headliners and trim bits and pieces.
Yeah, clean her up a little bit, but super cool. Every time I walk by it outside, I'm like, God, I want to just take this to the parts store. It's got that kind of a truck feel to it. Like, it's got enough space so you can throw, and it's like, got a good full back seat. You can throw your kid back there, throw a bunch of junk in the back, go to the parts store. Pick up some stupid stuff at the hardware store. I just want to drive it, dude. It's a 5-speed manual.
Yeah. Any luck on finding the trans?
I haven't looked. I mean, I half-ass Googled some stuff the other day.
Right. While you're talking about this, I'm gonna real time see if I can find you a transmission.
Yeah, see if you can find one.
I'll search. But yes.
Yeah.
What else with that? So that thing.
Yeah, and he came with a package deal with this Corvette ZR1 that's just off of camera in 1990. That's a C4 variety. That needs a lot of work to get back to where it needs to be. So secondary injector issues, some other stuff going on, getting it back to stock. This is a very ambitious 2023 I'm already laying out.
Yes, yes. And again, I'm sure you're going to pick up other things. But wait, have you picked up anything lately?
Or is that we're going to save that for celebration later.
They call that a tease.
That is a little foreshadowing. A new car is entered the garage. But one more project that I want to add to that list. Those three for sure are getting done this year.
Right.
Knock on some plastic table. But the other one is maybe my next rally car for at least for the fall time if I can get to it.
Sorry, I just found an ad for a $26,000 84 Blazer.
That doesn't make sense.
S10 Blazer.
Listed 8 years ago.
So Rallymobile.
So I'm down. I have 2 cars in the not working fleet that I have as really strong examples. I think will both be really good and really are fun cars. My 98 Dodge Neon ACR.
Okay.
And the 93 Nissan NX 2000. So I'm torn, man. Both are 2-liter overhead cam engines.
Those
both
are very cool.
Yeah, lightweight front wheel drives.
Either one is what the hell is that?
It's so cool, both of them.
But in different ways, right? Like the NX, I feel like a lot of people will be like, what the hell is that? They don't really know what it is. Versus a Neon, it'll be like, oh, it's a Neon, and they're like, Neon ACR. What the hell is that? Like, it's a little bit of a different. Like, one is like they have no idea what it is. Like, right. And the other one is people will be like, oh, it's just a neon. Oh, it's a fancy neon. Those exist? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
Yeah, right. And both are very capable too, right? Like they're both
probably pretty comparable.
I'd say, yeah, probably same weight, same power, 140 to 150.
Yep.
Between the both of them.
Yep.
I gotta pick one though.
Pick
so
one. Yeah,
that's where I'm going with that. So that is my outlook on 2022.
Sure.
It's also, just like you, very ambitious. So we'll see what we actually get to.
Well, that's it. I mean, that was one thing I had on my list of things to talk about and stuff I'm looking forward to in the new year is the next rally, the next driving adventure, the next. I know we spent some time talking about the DWA rally, and then the next one, and that's the one. It's kind of the capstone, like driving rally event. That's in my mind for the next year. Who knows? There's some of the really ritzy ones that the Route to Vine, where you gotta it's way too much coin. I mean, that rally is a good balance, but I did, and I told you here beforehand. For Christmas, I decided to give my mother the gift of rallying. And so I told her that we would take her S2000, which has fresh PS4Ss on it, and it's just chomping at the bit, ready to go. That we would take that on the next DWA rally, and she would be my navigator. That she can tag along with
cool.
My 7-year-old mother, who it's okay though. She's down to clown. She will.
Are you saving
She will
that?
drink beers and make dick jokes with the rest of us. It'll be great.
Are you saving that for the Coastal Range rally in the fall, or are you going to actually do it in the spring one?
Either the spring. It depends, right? It's an S2000.
The roads we went on
last time would be perfect. I suppose maybe I'll reach out to some of the DWA guys and pick their brain. Like, hey, what's the better road for this car? Because the other thing is, like, if it's raining, like, I would rather avoid the S2000 because I want to do it with the top down. And if it's like the weather was kind of off and on rain a little bit this last one, and so that would be less interesting to do it with the top up.
Sure,
but it also could be 9 million degrees and like scorching ass hot the whole time too. Depending on when the spring one's targeted to be. So
yeah, it sounded like that rain was a little bit of a different situation, right? They don't see rain every time.
Yeah. It was more of an outlier than a common deal, especially here when rain.
God, if they run similar roads, dude.
Yeah,
S2000 is kind of the plug and play fun will be.
Yeah, that would have been really fun. So we'll see, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Rally and some other driving stuff. What do you think the very first thing you're gonna do, like in the new year, like for Jan 1, Jan 2,
for events
or things, just anything?
I want to get back on track, dude. So I don't get on track at all, and at least I usually do it for the Miata reunion, which has now become like this national thing. So it's not at Laguna Seca every year, and I at least get a fix there, where I can get on track. But I haven't been on track the entire 2022. Didn't touch a track.
Yeah.
Didn't touch I've
never been on a track day.
Dude, let's get some on the books.
Yeah.
Let's do like a day. I'll probably just do the Miata. Yeah. Unless I got one of these other jalapenos fixed up.
Yeah, I'm a little hesitant to take the S2000.
Take the Galant.
Could take the Galant. Now that
once you get suspension.
When they get suspension sorted out. Yeah, I could take the Galant.
We should do. You gotta pop your track cherry, dude.
I have to go out there and.
We should do Laguna Seca for your first track. It's a great track. It's so fun, dude.
I always think of my local track as being Sonoma.
Sonoma's good. We could do Thunder Hill, get really scary.
Thunder Hill.
But if you've never driven Laguna Seca, though, I want to see, especially with the Galant. I'd be curious to see how it did, because I did my Spec B there quite a few times. It did pretty. It rewards like turbocharged all-wheel drive, especially that back section where you're climbing the whole time.
Yeah, I mean something. I mean,
great photo. Imagine the photos.
Go out there, just go. Rent an Ultima, like I don't know, like whatever.
I want to see Galant on the corkscrew. I think that's the best.
I have a helmet. I bought a helmet. I got a helmet kicking around. So that's
our thing, dude. So I put that, and I still have lemons on my mind. I want to do a lemons car. I know it's
I don't like super. I know, like when I was looking at shortly thereafter, like I was looking at doing it for a while, and then shortly thereafter, it got like incredibly popular, and to where it was like very competitive just to be allowed to and granted entry. And I know since there, they like the whole champ car thing has been a thing, and there's been some other different versions of it. I wonder, is lemons proper? Is it still like, is the bloom off the rose a little bit to where like people aren't like it's not quite as popular, and so it's easier to get in?
I think it's still pretty popular, and for me, it's building an actual, because you're building a track car.
Yeah, like
it's a piece of shit, but safety equipment, everything. That's your initial cost.
Yeah, and you will have to wrench on it there, and you will have to have a support team and support system and gear and on and on and on.
God, it's real racing, you know.
Would they let you take a K car on there? Get like a clapped cappuccino?
I don't know.
Or I don't know if I'd want to.
It's the same reason you can't bring
Really
like a 5-ton pickup or something.
Sure.
Ungodly.
Yeah. 59 Imperial.
I still want to do that, but the time commitment to get an actual car up and running and getting seat time in that car is expensive. But it's still on my list of things to do because I really want to do that race. You know.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff. And then at a minimum, I want to get some karting in. I haven't even been go-karting this past year.
Have you considered Mario Kart?
I've played some Mario Kart.
Yeah, some karting.
Yeah, I'm not good at Mario Kart. No, especially on the Switch.
My son's getting better. He's getting better.
You guys play on Switch?
Yeah, he's got a Switch.
Okay.
They've got a Switch. Actually, it's mom's Switch.
Have you gone back and played it on Super Nintendo recently?
Dude, it's genuinely impossible.
It's like
so difficult because I have it in the back of the sandbar.
Yeah, you get sick.
And so it's it's the pixels are like too sharp, and like it's like the current resolution of modern televisions are so much sharper than what they were before, it's like a CRT from 1992.
It's so weird.
So it's like it hurts your brain to look at. Yeah, it's vomit inducing. It's super it's way more difficult.
It's super tough.
You know what the kid did get though for Christmas? He got the thing where you can play. It's like a remote control Luigi, and it's got a camera on the front, and you set up a track around the house, and you play from the Switch, looking through the front viewing camera.
Yeah, that's pretty damn
And you
cool.
play against like ghost opponents and stuff, and they follow the track, because you put these gates up. And the gates, and then you drive it once, so then it learns the track with how you drove through the gates, and it maps it through your house, and it's real time. So as you're driving through it, like the cat can walk in front of it, like through the course.
So that's like AR, like augmented reality.
Yeah,
that's
it's actually
cool.
it's actually super. If that exists, it's straight up magic for compared to the toys we had when we were kids.
But yeah, true.
It's bonkers. So do recommend
Cool.
for the kiddos out there, for the children listening.
That sounds awesome, man.
Go buy yourself real life in IRL Mario Kart. IRL series.
But yeah, that's what I had getting on the track. Whether it be probably not going to be Lemons. Love to do a track day with you, dude. We're gonna
just
let's make that happen.
We gotta figure it out. I got a buddy who he's got a clapped out. I sold it through Car Donation. It's a 340,000 mile Volvo 240 wagon manual.
LS swapped.
That I sold him for. It failed smog.
Oh.
Or no, it passed smog. I don't remember. There was something where it was. It's got significant rust issues.
Oh.
Like you can just put like your hand into the A pillar, like.
God damn.
And so I sold it for like $800 or something like that as a runner driver. It did have driving small car, and so he took it. He ran it at Thunder Hill, and it made the whole day. Volvos, man.
Yeah,
It was 100. It was like 106 degrees in the peak of summer when we had that heat wave, and he just beat the snot out of it, and it was fine. He
Lots
blew
of
a
air
tire
hitting the front
because
end.
the tires were like 14 years old, so he lost a tire.
You didn't even change tires out?
No, he literally just topped off fluids in full send.
Dope.
And yeah, it survived the day.
Scary, but dope.
And so, so he's got to buy into like some groups that like will rent out Thunder Hill and they'll do track days and stuff like that. So I'll keep an ear out and yeah, maybe we can get a group together.
Yeah, I've got some groups I used to run with. I still on the email list and everything. So
hell yeah.
And it's really important because I know track days. You got to get with a good group that organizes it well. If not, they don't optimize your time on track. This group I go with, you get 5 sessions. 5 laps. So that's a good amount of driving.
Yeah,
cool. Especially your first time out, you're gonna be like, holy shit,
sweating.
Yeah, it's
no, that'll be cool, man. Yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta have that. Should we record a pod from the track?
That'd be cool. Yeah, during the lunch break.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool.
Then we'd be those clowns like, what are those fucking idiots doing over there? They're reporting God damn it, they're reporting a podcast. Like getting people like making fun of us and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's okay. The slowest guys on track.
Exactly. Yeah, talk. Oh my gosh, guys, we're on the track.
Yeah,
Laden. I know. The very first thing I'm doing within the new year is I'm taking I'm taking a quick road trip in the Galore.
Oh.
So I'm driving to. I got my buddy who lives in La Jolla.
Okay.
And I haven't seen him. It's been probably a year plus.
1 year since seeing my friend.
Exactly. So
lives in
La Jolla. He's in La Jolla, and so I reached out to Doug. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna be in your backyard. I was thinking about I want to take a road trip in the Galant. You want to do a video on it?" So Doug's like, "Yeah, sure, that sounds fun." So I'm telling not this weekend.
Thank God you put the suspension in it before you gave it.
I know. Yeah, well, that's happening right now. So let's not bury the lead. We'll save that for a minute. But yeah, I'm gonna take that down there. I'm undecided if I want to, because I'm leaving early enough on Thursday morning. I'm gonna drop the kid off at school and then just mob straight down there. I kind of think I might. Should I try and take the PCH the whole effing way down?
What day?
It would be a Thursday.
It's kind of a good day to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it'll have dialed-in suspension. It's got the fresh tires. They've got 1,000 miles on them.
Give her a fresh oil change before you go.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, it's there's only about 1,000 miles on that oil, but
you're about to put another.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'll make sure it's all legit. So so I think I might just go. What was the movie with Crossroads with Britney Spears, where they went on like the road trip?
I was gonna go
girls letting their hair down with the convertible top down, and they're like they're singing I don't know, some Kylie Minogue or something like
I
that.
like Mad Max Fury Road, but
no, that's when you eat far too much Taco Bell with like the fire sauce, and you're
is that
trying
when
to
you
get home
spray
in
it
time.
on?
Yeah, exactly. You're just trying to do everything you can to get home. This is the Fury Road because of the Hershey Highway. But no, I think I might just take the PCH. I'm on the fence. I've driven that drive a bunch of times, and I've never done PCH all the way down.
Because it adds what, another 2 hours? Or
Probably at least, because I think even just taking 101 as compared to 5 adds like an hour and a half.
It can, yeah.
And so I think 1 all the way down potentially adds like another 2 hours on top of that. So it might add 3 or 4 hours to my trip.
So doing a road trip with the Galant though. Dude, with that suspension and the PCH.
Rake it in, get it juiced up. I think I might have to do it. And I'm going on a Thursday too.
Follow-up question.
Weather permitting. If the weather sucks, I probably won't. But if the weather's
Fair
nice.
enough. Yeah, but follow-up question. How do you not take the Galant in the next rally? After you put the suspension
I know. Because here's the thing. I know I'm going to have the Galant for
True.
a while.
Okay, fair enough.
And it's also like if I'm hot off the heels of like the last Galant, like I feel like I need to come to the next thing.
Something
with
different. Okay, fair enough.
Come in with a new look.
But it's gonna feel
it's like going to like the Oscars back-to-back years wearing the same dress.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to be passé.
Yeah.
So I might, maybe give the Galant a couple of rallies off.
What
Maybe the next one take the S2000 with my mama, and then the one after that, and then splice in a 924 or whatever flavor of the month. The Barracuda. Now that would be different. It's got good suspensions.
It's probably going to handle better than the Galant.
I put big heavy sway bars front and rear on it, like aftermarket sway bars. It's got good rubber on it.
What do you got for the motor in that thing?
It's a hot 340.
That'll be good.
Probably close to 400 horse.
Came out of a Dart, right?
71 Duster.
Yes. Got it.
So yeah, that could be one. But the first thing I'm doing within in the year is taking the Galant to La Jala.
Awesome.
And then Doug is going to do his thing and put out a video, which will be fun. It'll just get like more eyes on that car, add to its own personal provenance, and then just the Galant.
It's
on the whole. People don't know about it.
It's a great example too because it is very, very stock and
that's the rub.
Well cared for. Like most of them are not well cared for.
Yeah.
Now you're up on maintenance, which 90% of them are not.
Should I show up and be like, have it be completely stock, but then have like some like plushy like hanging off the tow hook on the rear, like full?
No, you put a
full. Just leave it. Should I leave like an anime girl like body pillow in the backseat?
That you should, but you should also get like a dildo shift knob and not say anything, and just watch the video where he's around.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. It's bone stock except for. I feel like I would get there and be like, I can't. I literally can't do this. Like,
the left testicle hand moisturizer comes out.
I can just see him giggling the whole way, but like not about the driving experience or weeping. I get like charged with assault. So yeah, I think that's the first thing I'm doing. What else are you looking forward to in 22?
So events.
23. See,
23.
I'm already doing. I just did the verbal thing of when you write the date. Right. And it's like January 4th, and you write. Oops, you write 2022, and you got to scribble it out.
We'll go back. We'll have our editing team cover that up. You'll be like, next year, 2020. 4, 2, 3.
I will not do that. So
yeah. So how about events? How about attainable events, man? We need to go to the Sonoma Drags and Drift event.
We do need to do that.
So that was super fun.
It's done for the year. I think they start back up in like. Did they start like March? April, March?
That would be perfect.
I think.
Yeah.
I want to get the kid back out there because when we went before we took the kids, it was during we saw the drag, but we didn't stick around for the drifting component.
Which is more fun for kids.
Especially they're a couple years older now. Like it'll be sweet for them to just like watch the drift. Oh, it's funny, like Frankie will be like, he's like into drift stuff. He'll like randomly find stuff on YouTube occasionally where it's like some drifting stuff, and he'll be like, he knows what drifting is. Like I got him like a legit RC car, and then we went to the RC car place in Antioch, and they have like a felt like track that's for RC drifting.
Oh wow!
And there were some kids who he's just like, oh wow, they're drifting. I was like, you know exactly what drifting is. And so yeah, we gotta get him out there for the drift. That would be the treats.
He's like, when he's riding in the back of your car, he's like, get this bitch sideways.
Exactly. Yeah. He just forward and rips on the handbrake.
Jesus. Grabs the wheel and yanks it.
Over drift into the D dimension. What other events though? I mean, that's a good one.
That's a good one. I want to do more car. I haven't been to a lot of car events past year either. So like attending Cars and Coffees and those kind of fun little things.
I'll let you know the next time I do the Vault. The guys that we had on the podcast episodes ago. We had Joe and Robert on from Vault. Purveyors of car culture here in the Bay Area, and they do a few shows. They do like a quarterly event, and they do like a monthly event, Cars and Coffee, and that's in Albany.
Cool.
So that's
I meant just even the Sunday ones, the kicking around local ones.
Yeah, I'd like to try some new. Do they do a good one out here? In good old Tracy.
I think around here. There's quite a bit of stuff. Yeah, I got to figure out what I got to bring. I got a bunch of turd boxes kicking around.
Yeah, you got options, my friend.
Something I can roll out there. Yeah. But that's pretty cool. I just want to attend more events. You know, I miss going. I used to go to Cars and Coffees quite regularly, and it's always cool seeing what's out there, and especially post-pandemic. A lot of people have acquired some cool cars, and there's like neat stuff showing up.
Sure.
And the scene is always evolving, so it's cool to see like not just Scat Pack Chargers.
I should take the sandbar to a Cars and Coffee.
That would do well. Yeah.
Just literally set it up and just
set it up
and run it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. You're like, what in God's green earth?
Yeah, that's one of my more like doable auto
How about
events.
this? Well, of these auto events, let's say, will Frank have his first track day in 2023?
It's a big deal.
No question about it, my friend. Just a flat yes. Which is rare. I don't know if we've ever gotten a straight up yes out of the
You notice how many sides are in that infernal machine?
Yeah, this might be a self-fulfilling prophecy. I'm the one in control of whether I make that happen or not, so I guess I have to.
Yeah,
the 8 ball has spoken. What else? Anything else you're chomping at the bit for the new year?
Pretty much it for events and things of that nature.
What about?
What do you got?
What about? Is there anything you're looking to buy in your car life?
Oh my God!
What about the cars or projects? I know we talked about like getting caught up in current projects. Is there anything that you're looking to purchase within the next year? Oh boy!
When I was drafting my notes the other night, I was like, do I want to put like cars I'm looking forward to buy? And then I'm like, I have fucking 10 cars right now. Like I don't.
Backspace.
My PCP is a car I just bought this past week. Spoiler.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't like. Oh God, dude. Okay. Maybe. I'm not. Of course, I'm gonna buy stuff because. Of course.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's hard to project.
I still want like a Suzuki.
Should we set an over/under on number of cars Chadwick will purchase?
Guys, no. I've got too many. I've already got it. Like,
4.5.
I've already got
4.5.
I've already got it out. What I need to knock out. You heard the projects I'm looking for.
So you're going under on 4.5 purchases. Not sales, independent of sales, just straight up purchases under any guide.
Yes, this year.
If your daily driver gets hit by lightning and you have to replace it, that counts as one.
Oh, what?
I'm not saying that's going to happen. I am not for. But so you're taking the under. Yeah. I have to take the over then. I'm taking the over.
I'm going under. Yeah, I'm not going to buy 4 cars.
Maybe 4
and a half.
Yeah,
4. I'm good. Okay.
Exactly. Motorcycle counts as a half.
Oh,
that'll force the push. Dude, gotta get that.
The scooters count as a half. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Unicycles count as only a quarter though, so you're okay. Do they make? Oh, I guess like a 1 wheel. Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, 1 wheel would work. How about you, man? What do you got? Something lined up?
Remember how I've been kind of slowly bitching louder and louder about my daily?
You have, yeah.
I kind of want to get a new daily. One that's more fun and interesting.
We're talking about an 03 Civic Hybrid, correct?
03 Civic Hybrid with a 5-speed manual.
How did I nail the year, dude?
You got it. Oh, you're up on our.
I'm on Freight Trivia.
Exactly. Yeah. What was the
Trivia.
website? There was like a website.
Rotten.com.
No. It wasn't even Ogrish. It was No, the one where it was like you would have like your digital garage and like you can share what people.
Oh,
have, like,
there was Wheel Well, but that
Wheel Well was
was
the one I was thinking of.
But that's not.
There's an older school one.
Don't you feel horrible for
It's like a GeoCities website or something like that.
I know. What was that called, dude?
Where it was, but like Wheel Well.
Car something.
I don't remember. Anyways, it was like a social. It was like early like car social media, but it was all like you would just have like a link and your like signature on your form. But long story short is I would like to get a different daily driver. I want something more exciting. It still needs to be. But here's where I'm torn.
You should get a pony.
Is do I go? Put Mercury on the list. Should I go full practicality, i.e., like I can get like a Prius V? Should I go somewhere in between where I get like a Mark 6 or Mark 7 GTI?
Good all-rounder.
But a lot of me really wants to get something like somewhere between mildly impractical and like extremely impractical. Like I would like a really clean, really sorted, like early Audi TT would be sick.
They're usually way behind on maintenance.
They're usually way behind on maintenance. You can probably like the nicest, most sorted one ever with like reasonable but not insanely low miles is what, 8?
Yeah.
For like a Quattro in a good color with a manual.
But you want the baseball glove interior. You want.
It don't have to be. If it was like blue over blue or
what's
like
that
Nardo
orangey,
gray.
that orangey yellow color.
Oh yeah, they have that. They've got it's almost like a macaroni and cheese powder.
Imagine that with the baseball leather interior. That's just lights
I don't know
out.
if they made that combo. I don't know. The
Needs to
Wombo.
be.
They have that like 3-stage metallic gray.
It's a good
That's
one.
cool.
Yeah, it's a good one.
They've got that eucalyptusy green I really like. There's a lot that would be really dope. Or do I go? I've genuinely been looking against all reasonableness.
Sure. We don't have a lot of that.
Bro, I want a DB7. I want a DB7. The values have not gone up that much.
They're still mid-30s.
You can get an automatic for like 30.
But you don't want that.
With miles under 30 consistently.
You don't want that though. You don't.
I want a V12 manual coupe.
You're gonna spend.
Which are hard to find. You can. There's a couple in the country that you can find that are super overpriced.
Are you gonna cash in some chips to pitch in for one of these?
Well, the Sienna's gone. The Sienna's leaving.
Okay.
The 41 truck, I'm hoping to leave within a new year. The 928. The Barracuda's not going anywhere. The Galant's not going anywhere.
Good.
This would be my new daily driver. So I would sell, because here's my thought is, the Galant makes a very good backup daily.
God, yeah.
So if I get something a little bit impractical.
I think the Galant still hasn't come into the limelight either yet.
I know, and guess what I also still have, it pushed into surfaces, I've got that fucking Suburban.
Oh yeah.
It gets no miles a gallon, but like if I have something that's down for a week or a month,
yeah,
like okay,
it's
I have options. So my daily, I can afford for my daily to be a little bit impractical. This is, you see, I'm playing a game. I'm playing the mindfuck game that us car people do, where we go, well, I'm in a unique position, so I can afford to do this and do that and spend money here and there. But like, I think I can get like a moderately, certainly less than 40. I can get a V12 manual.
You can.
Good condition, well cared for, V12 DB7.
And you're gonna want to throw mileage on it.
Yes. Which is why I don't want to get one with like 10,000 miles. I want to get one with like 48,000 miles.
Correct. Yeah. Which is high
That'll
mileage.
save high mileage for the. Although because I said I've been kind of casually looking. I found a DB locally a DB9
with 84,000 miles.
148,000 miles. Insane. It's the same motor as the DB7, and like runs great. Come get it. And they're asking too much. They're asking, I think, like $40,000.
No way.
But it's a DB9, so DB9s are worth significantly more. But
Not with that mileage.
It's an automatic convertible. They made more power. It was 480, I think, was the power on that.
Great sounding power too.
That's the thing. I think the DB7s. Hey. Buy DB7s every day. But no, I think the DB7 hot take. I think the DB7 looks better. I think the DB7 is certainly cheaper. It's the redheaded stepchild of the Aston Martin world.
I'd go for the 80s Vantage.
Yeah, but living with that's way more difficult. I think these V12s have proved to be pretty reliable.
True.
Transmission's a T56.
This guy's talking about Aston Martin reliability right now.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I have a suspicion, just like we were talking about how the Galant VR4 is actually, I think it could be They get a bad rap. Mitsubishi turbo stuff gets a bad rap for reliability.
Well, yeah, because no one dumps like 40 hours in like I did to maintain their VR4 Golan.
Well, that was because of deferred maintenance. I think the maintenance gets deferred on them.
Correct.
And they get boosted to the moon, and they get modded into the grave, and they get the shit kicked out of them. If you have a stock one and you do the maintenance on time properly, like
correct.
Once every 20 years, you might have to recap the ECU. Like, okay,
no,
like that's it. Like that's kind of it. You're once and you're done, and that's it. And versus, I think, and versus like the Aston Martin, I think there's just, they're rotting on the vine. People don't drive.
Let me check your logic real quick.
Check me.
Civic Hybrid's getting a little too boring. Next logical step.
Aston Martin V1260.
Okay, checks out.
This is what I'm saying. So this is a long-winded way to say 2023 will hopefully prove to be an exciting year. But think of the content, bro. Think of the content, dog. Because I have 11 subscribers to my shithouse YouTube channel where I don't do anything.
You gotta secure the Aston Martin.
I know that whole $38 a quarter rev share will pay for the fucking.
You got it, dude.
You got anything else?
I mean, I'm not gonna try to buy anything. Truthfully though, I'm still looking for a nice Suzuki Sidekick manual. There's something about those things, man. I just absolutely love them. That's still on the list, and maybe.
Bro, I saw a mildly lifted X90 with
they're so cool too.
Red, faded red, but it was on KO2s, like in my like a mile from my house. I was like, yeah, I shotgunned my jeans when I saw it.
They're so cool. So that's on my list, and maybe a couple other oddballs that pop up.
I'll keep feeding them to you.
I'm done, dude. Look around us.
Get you a Sterling. Get you a.
God, no.
Who knows?
I got so many cool cars to build, and the fact is, the more I add, the further back some of my projects go. So I got to really start checking boxes. As we started off,
Pro GT
projects I'm looking to finish this year, I need to actually follow through with that statement. But yeah, dude.
Anything else besides that in the new year?
Automotive news? Anything?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean,
I think we did this last time. Bless you. Looking forward to, what kind of cars kind of exciting me? And I don't get excited about new cars.
Can I guess?
Take a shot.
GR Corolla?
Okay, that's very cool.
I want a GR Corolla. That would be the daily, except I don't have the testicular fortitude to pay $20K ADM for a base model.
ADMs are all over the place right now.
Core edition or whatever, or I don't know. I'm not an owns new car guy. And then I looked and I was like, wow, it's such a good deal at $40,000 for the base one, that MSRP with no ADM, but then I can get my DB7 for that much money.
You can get a lot of car.
And that won't devalue. I guess the GR probably won't lose a ton of money. Anyway, sorry.
No, it won't. The base doesn't have the limited slip, right? Am I correct about that?
I know I don't know about the LSD. Maybe I know it has.
It
doesn't have the carbon roof.
I might be thinking of the Z.
Right. Yeah, that's the Z.
Where you miss out quite.
I know you don't get a carbon roof. I know you don't get a couple other niceties. I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah. But what's exciting? What are you excited for?
The Mustang Black Horse.
Oh, fill me in on the Black Horse.
So the Coyote engine's been out. I think they came out in 2011. Was the model year that had it.
But when did they? Oh, the Coyote. Yes.
So they remember when they redid the Mustang in 2010, and it looked awesome, but it had that old
turbo
box in it.
The 4.6.
4.6. And then the very next year, you got a 100 horsepower pump with the Coyote, right?
Yeah.
So the Coyote's now, and that was like 412 or something low in the floors. This is a 5-liter Mustang, naturally aspirated, making 500 horsepower.
Okay.
How fucking cool is that?
The
Coyote's been massaged like that.
Okay, and it's
not flat plane crank, it's a Coyote engine,
Interesting.
How cool is that, dude? 500 horsepower of a 5-liter Mustang.
Yeah.
Those were power to, what was that, displacement to horsepower ratings that were exotic not too long ago.
So for sure. There's no replacement for displacement, first off. Secondly,
500 horsepower 5-liter?
In modern times, when everything has gone to forced induction and hybrid assisted or whatever, the Black Horse, huh? Is there some kind of provenance to that name?
I'm sure. What?
It was some experimental race car back in the day or something.
Maybe, or something. Yeah, something they were winging
or just
around.
all black.
But how cool is that though?
I get a white Black Horse.
You would.
Just yin my yang.
Black Horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, 500 horsepower sounds cool. That's on my list. And the other thing I put up there is the 911 Dakar. I think very cool. Very cool,
but I don't know. The price tag is
yeah.
insane, and I feel like no people that will buy it will actually do anything to get it muddy.
But that's not the point. That it's the reason it's cool is because Porsche like fucking cares about their enthusiasts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like
that's a fair point.
They literally. The business case was to make automatics because that's what sells.
Right.
And then the fans demanded it. They went back to making manuals again. I mean, not many car companies are going to do that. And I understand Porsche is not a large car company, but they are really in touch with their enthusiasts.
They're pretty big. I mean, they're pretty
right, but how many
they're
911 sell per year versus Camrys?
Fair. I mean, they're a big company, but they don't sell in large volume, right?
I guess
I don't know what their cap is.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And they're part of another. Part of another deal. But
yeah, it's a different deal. I know, but like not like they're purely not a market share of just volume, right? They're not putting out the numbers that like Honda is. Yeah, they're selling that, and I shouldn't have said Camry. I should have said like RAV4, probably their targets. But the Dakar is cool because like they witnessed everybody doing these safari builds, right, which have become fiercely popular, and they're like, "You guys want to see a factory one?
Check this out."
And they just did it. So
should I do one of those in 2023?
A safari build, definitely on a 924 painted minty green, if that's still an option.
I'm hoping so. We'll get to that.
Can you put that on your list?
I don't have a lot of music, but we'll get to that.
Okay. But yeah, so I put that one on there, and I did like how they went back to manuals. I think that was cool. I think they were going turbocharged everything, and they still got back some NA engines.
Yeah.
So Porsche's cool like that. Props to them. I'm a big fan of that at least. I think that's good news. So Mustang Black Horse and 911 Dakar.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just gonna pull stuff out of my keister here, but usually it's the other way around. But I mentioned the Corolla GR, which is great.
Yes.
I'm curious to see if Toyota does any other like in-house fun projects, right? Like, would they try and resurrect the not great selling LC 500, which I love, and do like an LCF?
Oh God.
Would they do a
price point
IS 500F? Probably not.
Yeah.
Would they do another, interesting? It's because they're getting a lot of positive press for all of these performance models that they're making, and I hope they read into that and they look at it and they say, hey, look, these dealerships are getting away with charging huge ADM. There's money in this.
Yeah.
We can make another. I don't know.
Specialty.
I don't know if you want to make a freaking GR RAV, but like.
You're probably not far off with that joke, though.
But I mean, how sick would it be if you get a manual like however many 100 horsepower, say 350 horsepower RAV4,
or make it retro where it's a two-door and you can pull the back off like the originals.
That'd be sick.
See what I'm saying? We'd be into that. We'd be really into that.
Yeah, and then the only other thing I want to touch on is I'm really excited for the new year, and this is before we start quizzing on each other's neck and chest. I'm really looking forward to shooting as a photographer more cars this year.
Okay.
And expanding that part of my business and just getting to spend more time in new and different stuff and get to like poke around it and take pictures and drive stuff, because that's kind of what I do professionally, and I'm in a position where I'm hoping I can grow that this next year. Very and nice. I will get to spend more time and do more stuff and take more pictures and video of really interesting things.
On that heartfelt touch there,
yes.
We're closing out our prospective 2023 outlook. Hopefully we do check these boxes.
I see you resting your cards over there, so to speak. Does that mean I'm the first to get quizzed upon?
Yeah, why don't you introduce our automotive quiz game show, my friend?
Yes, so for those not in the know, this exactly, shame, we need a bell. So we do what we call our print ad quiz, which Chadwick here will take a magazine or any other print publication advertisement from the 80s, 90s to early 2000s, and he is going to read off the print copy. He will redact out pertinent information, specifically make, model, and any other obvious identifying marks, and it will be upon me, based on the wording, the description, and the prose of this type of copy, to try and guess what vehicle we are talking about. Chadwick, I'm ready.
Good.
Wait, there's a 10-minute timer as well.
10-minute timer once
I get 3 guesses, and I get to ask for a hint. Should I need them in between guesses?
All right, my friend.
I'm ready.
Vehicle is at the top third of this page.
Okay, classic.
Bottom of the page shows the seating configuration.
Oh,
so like an interior kind of cutaway.
Is it like an illustration or is it like a photo?
It's an illustration.
Okay.
So pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good graphic, infographic. So, blank. It's the blank of blanks. So, what do you got, Frank? No, it's kidding. It's the space vehicle of the 90s from the people who build blank.
Something immediately pops into my head, but I don't.
Depending on the model, there's cabin space for 5, 6, or 7.
Oh boy.
Plus launch equipment, like a specially cammed 3.1 liter V6 and front wheel drive. Speaking of aerodynamics, blank's sleek shape lets it slice through the atmosphere with a lower coefficient of drag than any other blank made or sold.
Do you think anyone's ever put their
by any blank?
Do you think anyone's ever put their anatomical blank in a wind tunnel to like see like
A flaccid one, yeah, for sure.
No, I mean just rock hard staring into the face of the wind.
Flaccid would get the flappy effect.
Well, I guess it certainly depends. Yeah, I mean you would. Let's be real. But no, I just like what is?
Be flaccid
Can I Google what the coefficient of drag on a turgid phallus?
Okay, to be fair, there's a lot of different like dynamic qualities, right? There's some girthy boys out there.
There's cut, uncut.
pencil boys.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let's go.
Any food.
What's more, blank's body panels are made of a composite material that resists impacts and never rusts. Test that one out. Inside, there's an ergonomically sculpted steering wheel and analog gauges. Also, its modular seats can be easily rearranged. Their backs folded for a table-like surface, tipped up for added floor area, or removed entirely to produce 112.6 cubic feet of cargo space.
Significant.
It is pretty significant. It all helps make blank the perfect vehicle to take you and the crew where no blank has gone before.
Oh boy, like a wind tunnel.
Floppy. Okay,
so
I'm going to go ahead and start your
our
timer.
timer.
And Frank, what are we dealing with today?
So there's some very noteworthy things. What was interesting right off the rip when you said the blank of blank with the cutaway, and then you started making space references, my brain immediately jumped to Toyota Previa. However, 3.1 V6 screams 90s GM product, 8 days a week. And now we're talking wind tunnel and shapes and modular seating. This almost has to be one of the Dustbuster vans, I think. I don't think, yeah, Dustbuster van. So that would be your Chevy Lumina MPV. That would be your Oldsmobile Silhouette. And that would be your, the Pontiac Transport. So now I'm boiled down to space references. And simply the blank of blanks, right? I don't think the Chevrolet of Chevrolets or the MPV of Chevrolets maybe would work. You've got the Oldsmobile of Oldsmobiles, or the Silhouette of Oldsmobile maybe would work. But with space references, and this was an era when the space shuttle was very much all of the things, a point of American pride. And then one blew up. Well, we don't talk about that. I'm leaning towards the Pontiac Transport because that's kind of what a space shuttle was. Is it the transport of Pontiacs? Although they were heavy on the sport part of the trans. It's like not a transport, it was a transport. And there wasn't a lot of sporting references in there. More technical references. If I have 3 guesses,
You do.
I have 3 models off the top of my head. So
If you're in the right place, yeah.
I could be wrong. This could be Aerostar, but I don't think 3.1 was an Aerostar. I will say Pontiac with various claddings and such was more apt to use plastic than probably the other 2 makes. There was never a Saturn version, so Saturn feels right. But the first Saturn minivan was the Relay, and I don't even know about plastic panels. So I'm going to go the Pontiac. I'm going to call this a 1993 Pontiac Transport.
Pontiac Transport. So you went with your Dustbusters.
I'm sticking with the Dustbuster for now.
Assuming that's the way to go.
I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going.
Imagine if this ad started off with it. So what you're saying is Transport, the Pontiac of minivans.
Is that what it says?
That's what it says. You got it, my friend. You are
Yahtzee.
way too along on the timeline continuum. This is
Are you challenging my van knowledge, sir?
your transport knowledge. This is
Am I too far down the road?
1990.
90.
So
okay.
this is one of the
Too far down the
premier
road.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a great car. One of my favorites of the three, because Pontiac for life.
They build driving exciting.
There you go, buddy.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
Dude. Hey, those wheels look good.
God, they look.
What do those look like?
Yeah,
those
those look exactly like.
I always crack up like the heavy-handed like application of like the Pontiac like split grille in the front bumper. They're like, we'll put this here.
Keep it going
That's
with the body cladding. That's just freaking amazing. Yeah.
Look at that. That's space shuttle looking.
You're damn right.
That's space. That's spacey.
Slices through not just the air, but the atmosphere, according
That's
to this
true.
ad. Truth in advertising, right?
Oh, it says atmosphere.
Yeah, it says atmosphere. That was my favorite line in there. It's
Slices through the atmosphere.
yeah, sleek shape lets it slice through the atmosphere with a lower coefficient of drag than any other
Slice. It has to be a Dustbuster van, right?
Atmosphere.
Slice. I was thinking maybe Aerostar because it's kind of it fits the mold, but like
It does, yeah. Not a caravan for sure. Not a caravan.
no town and country here.
Good job, bud.
Thanks.
First time, shoots a shot, makes it count. Let's celebrate with a little PCP, a little section we like to call Project Car Progress here on the podcast.
Who should go first?
Do you want to?
I can do that.
Yeah, you won the quiz. We'll keep it nice and short and sweet.
Yeah.
Wrap this up.
Before we put everyone to sleep. So the aforementioned Galant that I'm going to be taking to San Diego.
Wheels with jump.
That's right. And so I'm going to be driving into it, not the walls of the Whales Vagina, but into the town of La Jolla and ultimately San Diego, and potentially taking it down the coast. So I did. I went shopping on a potential future sponsor of ours, Rock Auto. I went there and I shot my wad there. I don't remember how much I spent in dollars. I know it wasn't insane, but I got KYB AGX adjustable struts front and rear. I want to keep it mostly stock-ish, so I'm going to start off with it just in like the softest setting, which is going to be probably stock adjacent.
Okay, stock springs too. Keeping the
Yes, keeping the stock springs.
Perfect.
Just getting it up to snuff. If I do springs later, then so be it. But KYB AGX struts front and rear. I'm doing inner outer tie rod ends, Moog components. I try to get like the nice aftermarket stuff.
Yeah, Moog's great.
Moog is good stuff. So I got Moog inner outer control arms, Moog lower ball joints. Oh, sorry, not control arms. Inner outer tie rods, lower control arm, not the arms, but the ball joints.
Ball joints, yep.
And then new strut mounts front and rear too. The rubber on was kind of shot.
Yeah, we'll do that.
And so I was going to do this, roll up the sleeves and knock it out myself. However, I happened to mention it to my this shop. I know that they are Tijuana adjacent. Like they are they're very there's like a Chihuahua bouncing around, and they may or may not be growing inhalable plants in the back. I would absolutely not trust them to do any real diagnostic work. Maybe a timing belt. Maybe it depends.
Yeah.
Non-interference timing belt.
Okay, there you go. That's a qualifier.
I would not ask them to diagnose anything.
Sure.
But I would be like, hey, here's the parts, do this. Okay. They quoted me $350 to do all of it.
Not bad.
And which is obscenely reasonable. I'm like, sure, have at it. And I don't have the time. They're going to knock it out same day for me. So that's where it's happening right now as we record.
Awesome, dude.
Just so because I need to be driving into La Jolla. And not
You're
have to fall on
going
its
to
face.
be in shock, pun intended, when you feel that suspension.
Yeah, the difference.
Yeah, because it was totally gone.
It was sloppy.
It was a 30-something-year-old
It was
suspension.
sloppy.
Yeah.
OG OEM.
Dude, you're going to love it. You're going to
Davey
love
love
it.
it. So that's really it as far as that. Other than
Dope. That's a big one.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Other than I don't really have anything else brewing. It's been coming off hot off the heels of the holidays, so
Very
I
cool.
haven't spent too much time. What about you? What have you been burning time on? Probably being productive, I assume.
Yeah, but I kind of added another car to the fleet, dude.
Oh, boy.
So
Does it build driving excitement?
it is completely exciting. Some would say supercharged exciting.
Ooh.
So you guys know I've been talking about Bonnevilles for I don't know since we started this podcast.
Yeah, we're still chasing that quality quad four.
This is
white whale.
almost getting us there. So the 3800 was GM's probably most reliable engine of all time, to be honest.
Arguably.
Yeah, the LS probably gets some nods there.
Yep.
But I picked up a 93 Pontiac Bonneville SSE Supercharged.
Ooh, not an SSEI.
Not an SSEI, but you could option the SSE to be the same thing. So it's got, dude, this thing's got a heads-up display. It's got all the gauges. It's got the 500 adjustable position seats with the keyboard control in the middle, which is hilarious. The damn thing is just so damn cool. The cluster goes like 3/4 of the way across the front of the car. It's got everything you need. I mean, it's so damn cool.
And some things you don't.
Well, a lot of things you probably don't even need. But it's in 167,000 miles, but fully stock condition. It looks pretty good. I'd say it's on the better end of like condition-wise. Like the exterior is out of control good. Same with the interior actually. So overall, great. The car, I gotta mention the guy I bought it from. So
shout out.
I'm driving up this road, and this is like 2 hours away in past Crystal Lake. So it's like out in the boonies.
Is that where all meth comes from?
I'm sorry, Clear Lake.
Oh,
so
very different.
Way past that.
Although clearly might as well be named Crystal Lake if you're familiar with Clear Lake County and Lake County, California.
So we're out there, right? And I'm driving down the road. We're getting close to the destination.
Yes.
And I see Nissan NX 2000.
Sure.
And then I see two Z31 Z cars.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, this is neat. And then a couple Sentra SCRs, and then a rear core XR4 Ti. And I'm like, then the Bonneville, and I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? This is like my home away from home at this point. So get out. The guy is a little bit older than us, but totally like our cut of car kind of guy. He loves the weird shit that we love, and you know, he had this Bonneville and had just kind of given up on it. It was going to be for his son, but he has so many other projects going. Remind you of anyone, right?
What's that one?
So yeah, guy was super fun. I just need to do some basic stuff, get it back up to snuff. But this car, I haven't seen an example this good for a long time. So
yeah, I did get to peep it on my way into the recording. If you haven't noticed, we're not at Car Park today. We're in the confines of your garage, so I got to see it in the flesh.
Garage.
And it was you did well, sir.
Right, at the price point and everything.
Well.
So
what year is it again? 96?
93.
93.
So yeah, the most boy racer-ish of all the SSE styles. After that, they toned it down a little bit.
For sure. What was the first year that
92 Yep. Okay. 92. The generation before that, you could get the 3.8, and it had the killer match like paint and wheels.
Right. Yeah.
Which
the
was
spoiler
cool
and stuff.
itself,
More upright kind of design.
Sure. Yeah. And that was cool. It's all the same though. It's the same platform. But yeah, that was my PCP buying a new Pontiac. And
oh boy,
I'm excited, dude! I'm like
anti-progress.
So fun. 200-mile road trip right off the rip without even touching anything.
Sweet.
She's good.
Does it make fun supercharger noises?
It's so quiet. It's so quiet. It doesn't make any noises. Like no rattling.
Are you gonna put like a 3/4 inch pulley on it that's like super tiny? And just
I'm gonna cut the exhaust too. And just
definitely cut the springs while you're at it.
Cut the spring.
Things.
Cut the self-leveling suspension and
exactly.
Drag ass. But that's all I got, buddy. Another car to the fleet, just what I needed in life.
Perfect. Well,
This is not true at all.
You're buying a Bonneville. I'm talking DV7
Aston
drivers.
Martin.
We're going off the rails.
Let's close this shit show down.
Yes. Well, we've closed the year. We are now entering the new year. Thank you, everyone, for riding along with us. I'm excited for what the new year for the podcast is going to hold.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
More guests.
More guests. Maybe one day we'll find a sponsor to bring us in. It'll be like the local, I don't know, adult toy factory or
happy ending massage parlor.
Yeah, exactly. Something super sketchy. So stay tuned for that.
Can't wait for those interviews.
We are another Pointless Automotive podcast. We are at APA Podcast on a poorly tended to Instagram account. I am the Photographer's Garage on a different Instagram account. Look me there. Same with YouTube. How about you, Chadwick?
Yeah, Auto Obsessive Garage. Find me on YouTube with my stupid project rescues and restorations and car reviews and that kind of stuff. Instagram every once in a while too.
Go there for the hottest, piping, burning, perfect, immaculate, big if true Pontiac Bonneville supercharged updates. That's right.
Awesome.
That's it.
Let's close it out. Happy 2023, everybody, and looking forward to it.
Trails.
Take care as always.